If you're getting ready to sell your house and you don't want your home just sitting on the market, just lingering, or maybe even worse, your home does sell, but it sells for a lowball offer. If that's you, don't go anywhere. Hey, Jose here, your SoCal Realtor. If you are thinking about buying or selling a home, don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I, we're here and ready to help you with your real estate needs. Oh, real quick, I do want to encourage you to stay into the end of the video because I do have a free gift that I would like to offer you. If you are thinking about or getting ready to sell your home, the thing that I would recommend doing, even before you start talking to an agent, is start doing your homework. Meaning this. Now, I do find people that actually kind of do this, meaning they'll go online, they'll start looking at websites, whether it's Zillow, homes.com, realtor.com, whatever websites they go to, but they're going online, which in itself isn't necessarily bad. But the mistake is only looking at what's currently for sale in order to help them identify, well, what should be my sales price on my home? Meaning this, they go online, they start looking at photos, start kind of scrolling through the homes that are there, and they might start saying to themselves, my house looks at least that good. Oh yeah, we should definitely be listing it a little bit more than that. Don't make that mistake. First of all, understand, you can list a home for any price you want. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sell for that price though. So here's what I would do. Yes, I would start there. I would start by looking at the homes that are currently for sale. The reason I say this is, well, I mean, once your house does go up for sale, those other houses, they are your competition. Something very important to keep in mind when determining the sales price for your home, or just honestly, any home that's up for sale, it's not something that's determined by the owner of the home, the one that's selling the house. It's not determined by us as agents or anyone else for that matter. It's determined by the buyer. Buyers are ultimately the ones that determine what home values are, what the market is. So your goal then, therefore, is to determine, well, what does a buyer think that my home is worth? Or, sorry, actually better put is your goal is to find out what is the highest possible price that a buyer thinks your home is worth.
Well, how much money do you have there?
But this is definitely a very important first step in being able to do that. Looking at what's currently for sale, but also, and very importantly, looking at what recently sold, because what that's going to tell you is what buyers were willing to pay, what they were willing to spend for a home that was similar to yours in your neighborhood or near your neighborhood, we'll say. And I would definitely look at those homes, look at the photos for those homes that recently sold. What kind of shape were those homes in? Hopefully their agent had good photos of the homes, and we'll talk more about that in a second. What did the seller do to prepare for those photos? Did they do any updates to anything or paint or how about the furniture? How was that arranged? Did they do any kind of arranging on the furniture or staging for the house? Meaning, did they, I don't know, like maybe have like a throw blanket on the couch to make it look, nice and fancy, or in the bedroom, maybe kind of, have a little arrangement of pillows on the bed to make that look kind of fancy, or flowers in the bathrooms, or bowl of fruit in the kitchen, or whatever it is. What, if anything, did the seller do to prepare their house for those photos in order to sell? If the house sold for a high price, honestly, those are sometimes things that can really help, because honestly, it's oftentimes the little things like that that can really help just create that feeling of high value or high worth to any prospective buyer that's looking at your house. So while you're doing that, while you're looking online and you're looking at, okay, that sold, those are the things that I would definitely be looking at. Oh, one more thing on that. When you are preparing your house for the photos and to be able to sell, be sure to depersonalize your house.
This again?
Here's why that's a big deal. When you have a prospective buyer come walking through your home, they're looking around trying to determine, is this the right home for us? Does this have the right feel? Could we see ourselves living here for the next 5, 10, 20 years, whatever it is? That's what they're trying to do. And if you have a lot of personalized stuff, maybe a lot of family photos all over the place, or you have a collection of, I don't know, knickknacks, whatever it is, and you have them all displayed over here, or just whatever it is. But if you have too much like that, it can honestly cause a buyer to no longer feel like, we're picturing ourselves in here, but instead kind of feel like they're visitors in someone else's home. And that's not good. And honestly, it's not usually something that they're thinking about consciously, but a lot of times they are thinking it. Think about new construction or home builders. What do they do with the model homes that they have available for you? I mean, they don't have a lot of personal stuff. I guess probably makes sense, right? I mean, they're not going to bring pictures of their own family to display, but it's a very generic, very clean slate. They have decorations, they have furniture in there, enough to be able to give you the idea to look around, start picturing, you know, okay, yeah, our bed could fit right there. The couch would actually be perfect right here. It helps you start visualizing all your stuff and you living in that house. And that's what you want to do too. Here's another reason for depersonalizing, and honestly, this one I don't hear talked about a lot, but it does, or at least it can end up being very true and leaving the wrong impression. Follow me on this. The buyers go out with their agent. They go out to look at a bunch of homes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, right? However many number of homes it is. But they're going out to look at homes, and yours is one of them. And well, with that being said, then you obviously want to make sure that your home made an impression so that when they get done at the end of their day, they remember your home. But here's the thing. Let's say you're a big Dodgers fan and you have Dodger Central right over here, jerseys and you know, memorabilia and mugs and whatever, right? Helmets, whatever it is you have over here of all your Dodger gear, memorabilia, you know, it's the memorial, right, to the Dodgers. It's beautiful. Or let's say you're a pet person, a big pet person, and very neatly you have all the dog toys pushed in that corner. Over here on this side, there's the dog bed with the bowl next to it. Maybe a couple toys in the backyard, or maybe you have this really neat doll collection that you have up on the shelf over here, and they're all staring at us.
It's creepy.
They might remember your house, but it might not be for the right reasons. You don't want the memory of your house to be, you know, that's the Dodger house, but we're Padre fans, or that's the animal house, or that's the doll house. You want their memory to be, you know, that was the house that had the nice kitchen, or that was the house that had the great view, or that was the house that had the long driveway, or that was whatever the feature is that your house offers. That's what you want them to be remembering. That's what you want to have stand out for your house when they do go. In fact, actually, going back to what we were talking about just a moment ago, doing your homework, something else that would be really beneficial to you is looking at the homes that are currently for sale but have been sitting on the market. Homes that have been on the market for the last, you know, 30, 40 days or longer. Do you think they look good, or would you go to see any of those homes? And if not, why not? Because listen, those homes, they've laid out a perfect blueprint for you of what to do, but in this case, really more so what not to do when it comes to the photos for your home. In fact, speaking of photos, the photos for your home, and I don't care whatever website somebody goes to find your photos, but when they're looking at those photos are your home's first impression for each and every potential home buyer. And yes, I know most people talk about how first impression of your home is, well, when they show up, when they pull up to the house and they first take a look at your home. Yes, that's true. I mean, that is a first in-person impression, but the very first impression of your home, well, those are the photos that they see online. Okay, the quality of the photos of your home, I mean, yes, those are on the agent, which is why it's so important to make sure that you are screening those agents before you decide which one to hire. But how your home looks when they show up to take those photos, that one's on you. So it kind of goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning, doing your homework, making sure that you're reviewing the homes that, you know, that have sold or didn't sell, and following those trends, following the trends of the homes that successfully sold for good prices. Follow those trends and avoiding the trends of the homes that didn't sell or did sell, but they sold for a lowball offer. Again, those photos, those are your home's very first impressions, and it does not matter what kind of angles or camera or what kind of lighting that the agent uses to take those pictures. If your home has not been prepped ahead of time, there's a very good chance your home is going to end up on the list of homes that did not sell. Because if buyers are looking online of photos of homes and they're looking at your home's photos and they didn't impress, they're probably not very likely to be calling up their agent. Hey, we set up a time. We can't wait to see this house. And listen, if they're not coming out to see your house, how are you supposed to get an offer from them?
Make me an offer.
Of course, after you've screened the agents to determine which one you're going to hire, which one has a plan, a solid plan in order to get your home sold, I would ask them, hey, look, give me your input. Look around our house. Tell me what should or maybe could be done to the house to be able to help it sell. Hey, I'm glad you're still here because as I mentioned earlier, I do have a free gift for you. and that is my free home seller's guide. It's designed to be your blueprint in order to help you prepare, kind of a little bit of what we were talking about here in this video, but help you prepare your home up to and including successfully getting your home sold. Go ahead and click on the link in the description section below to download your free guide. Of course, if you do have any questions at all, or if maybe you are thinking about buying or selling a home here in, or just anywhere near the Inland Empire, my contact information is below. Feel free to reach out. Otherwise, until then, we'll catch you on the next one.